right, good evening, NEIU. Once more, welcome to IBC. It is an honor to introduce Jessica Mueller, the Executive Director of Adult Education, Advancement, and Business Innovation.
Thank you. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the International Business Conference tonight. And welcome to the Big Center, especially for those who are unfamiliar with the Business Innovation and Growth Center. We're here to serve you, both students, faculty, staff, alumni, and our friends of the university for all things relating to creation, development, and growth of a business. So I want to thank you to the students who've led this effort and for the invite to showcase the Big Center and our founders who've come through our Become Your Own Boss class, which is a non-credit course, but we've rolled out a credit opportunity, so please do talk with your advisors about that. Okay, so I also want to say thank you to my alma mater. I have my MBA here from 2021, and thank you to my alma mater, and especially the College of Business and Technology for really being a disruptor in a lot of ways, right? That's what innovation's about, and is to say that, you know, we want you to be entrepreneurial, not only in a 9-to-5 working for someone else, but and when you do that, you're entrepreneurship, right? That's entrepreneurship. So you're working for someone else, but you're bringing principles of entrepreneurial education to the workplace. So whether you land somewhere else working for somebody, or you want to take the leap, right, of going out on your own, we're here for that. So in a lot of ways, it's a bit of a disruption to our typical higher education model. So I'm glad you're here. And two other people I want to say thank you to is Bud, who is my graduate assistant for the Big Center. He's just about done running a concurrent workshop that we had running, which was a 3-part series on pitch practice and prep from one of our instructors, Dr. J. So that finishes at 7:30, and then you'll get to meet him too. And then Varilla, who's, well, behind a camera most of the time, behind a phone. She's right here in the last row there. She's one of our alums, Masters of Computer Science, just from this last year, and then was hired on to do our social media for the Big Center. Showcase a video of a little bit about the Big Center, just so you get a foundation knowledge about what we do. Jocelyn, can you pull up the YouTube version? While she's doing that, I will talk about what we offer at the Big Center. So I mentioned the BYO course, which is now for credit, and we walk you through everything from your foundational knowledge, feasibility studies, competition in your space. What is your business? How are you coded per federal guidelines? And is it ready? Let me finish this thought real quick. We go to sales and marketing. So how are you building up your income statement? What streams are you building for your revenue? How do you make conversions from where the people see you? We go through financial statements. We use LivePlan as a background tool, software to help guide that, because a lot of people don't understand, right? Profit and loss statements, balance sheets, etc. Especially as we're serving community. I mean, if you're a College of Business student, right, you're privy to that knowledge because you've been working on it in a degree program. But as we're serving our communities, many people haven't finished a degree, let alone a bachelor's in business or a master's in business. So we really do break it down for everybody to understand a lot about this. Oh, hold on. Okay, and then finally, we practice pitching throughout. So by the end, we have the big pitch, and that's a friends and family celebration of all the hard work people have been doing, and we pitch together, and then we have a good time. Okay, so let me hold here for really quick, and then I'm going to show you this video. Thank you, Jocelyn. video than what I just explained, but that's a promotional video we play out and to tell people about what we're doing at the Big Center. Some other things I want to quickly highlight. Class Labs, so thank you to Dr. Agopian here in the front row, who's been a champion for this, which is to bring founders and business challenges to the classroom, and then the students work through that for a whole semester. And we've just had some wonderful founders come, including Mac, who will be pitching a little bit, but he's in marketing, he's a professor of marketing, so we've done a lot of fun things there. We do business R&D, so I've helped to connect our founders not only with state and federal grants and family foundation grants, but also we ran 2 founders through the Illinois Innovation Voucher Program, which they were able to do $75,000 worth of R&D in collaboration with their faculty. Student consulting is a little bit newer. We are doing a few different things. One, deploying students out to do smaller short-term projects, but also we have a course this semester running for to teach students how to be consultants with clients, right? How to be a consultant with a client, and we've used one of our business partners with that course. I'm also launching piloting launch assistance, which is for founders who are nearing revenue, right? And I can deploy someone out to help with whatever last bits of needs they have to get them closer and faster to revenue. So that's going to be our launch assistance program. Co-working space, we have a space in Bronzeville, which if you don't know, that's one of Northeastern's footprint neighborhoods. We have a space there for you to do co-working, education. That's where we run our hybrid classes right now. Education, trainings. We've even had a wine class there, so that was really fun. I'm currently working on a construction project, which is part of a $2.5 million grant that we received a few years ago to build a co-working space here in the parking garage. I'm hoping that will be online mid-fall. So if you haven't seen my emails, who hasn't seen my emails about the Big Center? Students, you should see it through our listserv for the college or over our targeted announcement system. Alumni, you should be seeing it 2 or 3 times a year about our programming. But plug into this ecosystem in Chicago. It's really broad and it's really deep. So it can be overwhelming, and we're here to help you navigate it. We also have ongoing workshops that we offer to our founders and anybody else who wants to learn about being an entrepreneur. This is a showcase of some of the people and logos, right, and business logos that we've helped over the years. I'll be going on 4 years in July, and we hosted our first cohort, MAC, that was May of 23 when we did the grand opening of the co-working space in Bronzeville. And over the years, we've helped 23 founders so far in our BYOB class, but there's been a lot of opportunity to help various businesses along the way too. So I'm really proud about that. All right, so let's get to where you came here for, which is tonight we're showcasing some of our founders from the Big Center. You know, the committee wanted to focus on individuals who were taking classes at the time of working with the Big Center, and it's no light feat, right? I don't want to scare you, but the BYOB class is probably equivalent of a 3-credit hour. So, which is why I pushed for it to be credit bearing, so that students could take it as part of their degree sequence. But for those who were in the early years, you know, you were doing it on top of your coursework, and that's a big deal. So I'm glad that they finished, and they're an amazing, both of them, Mac and Ceaira, are amazing reflection of the work that we did in class, but also have done since the class. So they're gonna share some of that with you tonight. But pitching is a critical skill that you will use often as an entrepreneur. Maybe you won't be on stage pitching, but the ability to pitch an escalator, an elevator pitch is really critical. And that's in conversation with, anytime you're pitching your business, you better get it down and be quick and be flexible, because that pitch changes. It can change, but you think about it like an ad libs. Does everybody know what that is? Right? There's this, well, no, like an ad lib. So like so you're telling a story and there's blanks, right? And you're going to fill it in. So that's kind of what pitching is about, is like understanding your audience and being able to pop in a piece of your business information, your story, as a in response to your audience. So, and as a modern entrepreneur, this is even, I think, harder, because the business landscape looks a lot different than it did 30 years ago. You have to be faster, quicker, slicker, right? And I think more passionate than ever, because it's a leap, and to fulfill your passion takes guts. So, all right, so tonight the pitch will be 5 minutes, with 5 minutes for Q&A. Please, like I haven't been doing, please speak into the microphone with your questions. And then while our founders will receive an honorarium tonight for their participation, you also get opportunity to vote for a People's Choice. So there'll be a QR code. Oh, I think I put it here. There'll be not the QR code yet, but there'll be a QR code that you can scan and make a vote for a little extra dough for the founder. All right. I'm going to introduce them, and then we're going to turn over to the pitching. So we have two amazing founders here tonight. The third individual had a scheduling conflict, so he sends his regards. But Ceaira Pascal is an entrepreneur and beauty professional passionate about combining wellness and safe care. She's an alum of Northeastern Illinois University, class of 19, where she earned a degree in psychology and a minor in communications. In 2023, Ceaira began cosmetology school to expand her interest in beauty and personal care. In fall of 24, she joined the Become Your Own Boss cohort at the NEIU Big Center, where she developed her entrepreneurial vision and refined her business concept. Through the program, she was able to transform a broad interest in entrepreneurship into a focused business idea that combines hair care and mental wellness support. I would also add, as a note, during class, often, because we deliver it hybrid, often she was doing clients, like she was working on clients' hair. And I love that, because it's a reflection of what we're designed to do, which is meet people where they're at, support their businesses. And, you know, some faculty might see that as a distraction, like, oh, whatever, she's not paying attention. Yes, she is. She's multitasking. So I just love that as a testament to, like, being there for our people. Yeah, and how serious you have to be. So thank you, Ceaira, for being here. Yes. Applause, please. Okay, and then Mac Varilla is a sports leader and former athlete with over 15 years of experience leveraging athletics as a catalyst for global experiences, entrepreneurship, economic mobility, and leadership in under-resourced communities. As Director of Strategic Engagement at Intentional Sports, a nonprofit, 10-acre world-class campus on Chicago's West Side, Mac spearheads the intersection of strategy, high-value partnerships, and community-centered programming, a product of Chicago Public Schools, City Colleges of Chicago, and Northeastern Illinois University. Mac has bridged the gap between grassroots impact and global policy. Recently, he successfully completed the executive program in sports philanthropy from George Washington University and sports and entertainment at UCLA Anderson School of Business. So thank you for being here. I will also add about Mac. At any given time, Mac will be across the globe. Literally, I think 2 weeks after he finished the class, I think you were in, where'd you go? Japan. You were in Japan. You're heading where in 2 weeks? Philippines. So he'll tell you more about this, but any given time, Mac is global. So it's great that you could be here with us. Catch me if you can, right? I'm glad you can be here tonight. So, are we ready for the pitches? Okay, yes. Yes. You have to have good energy, right? Like, gotta do hype it. Okay, I will come off stage. Again, 5 minutes Q&A. Let's start with Mac. So Mac, welcome to the stage of Intentional Sports, a national model for urban regeneration and sports for social good. Thank you, Mac. Oh, sorry.
That's all good.
I don't want you standing. Got it?
Yeah.
I think it's on.
And then this one.
Okay, let me go down.
Test. Can you guys hear me? Good? What's up, Golden Eagles? So I would love to start just going through my journey a little bit. Me as a youth, my parents are immigrants from the Philippines. They immigrated here in the 80s. Life was quite challenging, yet they provided a whole lot, including opportunities in sport, keeping us safe, keeping us busy. Found my way to Von Steuben Metropolitan Science Center. Got me out of my neighborhood, got me out of my comfort zone. I found the sport of water polo at the age of 15. Gave me a lot of opportunities for my first job, to the relationships, to eventually playing on the Philippine national program and coaching. Fast forward to like 2022, I got recruited to come to Northeastern to be the aquatic coordinator, and through my just non-traditional and essentially got into the non-traditional degree program. My last semester, I found the big center, the big program, and I was like, a gut feeling told me I need to do this. This is something I'm gonna need to learn, and I want to be a part of, and grateful to be a part of. And then after post-graduation, spent some time in Philippines and Japan with the Philippine national team, playing. Got to do some cool diplomacy work while I was out there, just through sport. And then came back to the United States in 2024 and kind of make a huge pivot where I was pursuing a career as a sports executive. Pictured here at UCLA, spent the whole summer there, kind of took the leap to pursue sport all in all. And then came back, was looking for a job, looking for the next opportunity. Was living in my parents' place, found Intentional Sports. The folks over there essentially said, "Hey, Mac, this is a startup. We would love to get you involved." And this is Intentional Sports. So before this was even built, it was in an abandoned paint factory. Former Mayor Rahm Emanuel wanted to turn it into a solar panel farm. The neighborhood said no. The community wanted a recreation center to be built. And then the vision through our CEO and founder, he wanted not just to have a recreation center, but a place that can move the block, move the neighborhood, and really move the needle in terms of just an ecosystem of safe play. Yeah, can you mute that? The volume? Yeah, play it. Yep. So this is a fly-through of Intentional Sports, opened in 2023. It's a high class, world class facility on 10 acres. We have the largest FIFA indoor turf in city limits. Our mission is to provide just equitable opportunities for youth, especially underserved youth in the West Side. Building it, we learned it's not just for the West Side. We've had folks from all over the city, through the country, visit. Other things to share about the space, a lot of it's in-kind donations, from the flooring to everything in this performance center, everything in this room right here, esports riot games, was donated in partnerships. But essentially, it's a space that people can be proud of, a community hub where people can not just learn their sport, but also develop themselves as leaders as well. This is our multi-purpose room. Looking to do a lot of really cool projects there. And yeah. Oop. So as you can see, there's this is over Laramie and Grand on the west side, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In Chicago, yes, sir. So since opening our doors, just some highlights, and just building this space, right? This nonprofit youth sports space. We've seen a decrease in youth gun victimization through spring 2025 data. So the notion that if you can create a space where youth can play, have structure, can express themselves, right? They're less likely to do things that can jeopardize their lives. Another data points that to share is with research with the Crane's Chicago Business and the Chicago Community Trust, within opening our doors, just some MasterCard data alone, within a half-mile radius of the campus, there's new consumer spending estimated at 13 million. Just MasterCard alone, 6.6 million. And then just something we're really proud of is we've been able to give fee waivers, scholarships, and discounts up to 918,000 to this point. Part of my role is building the community's partnerships and just engaging some of Chicago's best in the space. We've had Derrick Rose, Chicago Bull legend, along with Jason Hayward, who runs his academy through. We had Angel Reese, who I worked behind the scenes with to deliver 2,000 backpacks to kids for the back to school, and then Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs, where we had 400 kids to just bring some holiday cheer. Currently, so right now we are entering our phase 2. In phase 1, our organization and our campus, North Austin Community Campus, raised $36.5 million. A lot of it was new tax credit, individual contributions, and donors. Right now we're in phase 2. We just launched this phase. Our goal is to raise $10 million for property improvements, long-term athletic facility upgrades, and then building out a multi-sport outdoor field to give more opportunities to the youth. And then finally, the biggest thing is knowing this story. As this gentleman just mentioned, where is this, right? Where is this kind of space? A lot of folks do not know who we are and where we are. But little stuff like sharing our story, sharing it with your network, considering deepening your impact through connections, or even coming by the space, donating your time, volunteering. We're launching an associate board come Q2 this year. Those things go a long way in building this out for years to come. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
Well, let me start by saying congratulations. It's a great endeavor. And knowing a little bit about your past, I'm wondering what you learned from your previous endeavor, which was Chai Sports, that you were able to apply to intentional sports.
So what I've been able to apply from the Shy Sports. So Shy Sports was the business plan I had originally in 2023 for the business innovation growth. And the goal was to open a facility in Chicago with a holistic approach. So the holistic approach is not just working on the physical, but the mental. There's spiritual where folks work out to train and they're able to express themselves, right? Now with my work at intentional sports, I've learned it's not just the physical or the mental. There's the emotional side of like fitness and training and the power through sports. And then what I learned too is this like at that time was more so like training, performance training. How can we get a youth athlete to the next level, right? Now I'm learning it's not just about that. It's just like the longevity of activity. And then now creating more of it's like a social business. So it's like a business within the 501c3 where there's no barriers. There's no barriers to it versus past was more on, okay, there's these different barriers, trying to figure out the market, whatnot. This creates access, yet just creates a lot more opportunities and just a holistic approach to sport and wellness.
One more question.
So basically, your organization. Oh, okay. Okay. Halito, Reginald Sawyer, Choctaw Cherokee, and music education major. So basically, what you say is intentional sports is mostly about sports events and bringing community together, or do you have community events like? And I don't know if you all guys ever thought about inviting to have our American Indian Center host one of our Native American powwows at your event.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Events like that.
Yeah, just a breakdown of what we have in the scope of things. So there's our mission base. So we're 501c3 with a hybrid revenue generating model. So there's the mission base. So from 3:30 to 7 is our mission based programming. No the low cost to youth, right? Mm-hmm. To keep the lights on. And a lot of reason I'm in there is the revenue generating part, where we keep the lights on till 11, 12 a.m. at times. We run events, we rent space, we bring communities in, we give discounts to get the community involved. To answer your question, yeah. So we do there's the capabilities of running events, and a lot of outreach, a lot of community events. We've had gatherings from all different walks of life to utilize the space.
So in other words, in June for Pride Month, if you invited, have someone host one about a drag show there, would that be possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a community space. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, congratulations. Okay. So now I want to welcome up Ceaira Pascal of Hair Therapy, and she's combining professional hair care with optional therapeutic conversation. So look better, feel better, and show up better. Okay. Do you want this? Yeah, you need this. Or you can stand, whatever you want.
Hello, good afternoon or good evening. As Jessica said, my name is Ceaira Pascal, and it's great to be at my alumni university. So this is hair therapy, where you look better, feel better, and show up better. When the past, when I was thinking about the concept of what I would want to do for business, honestly, I didn't know. When I came to NEIU, I signed up for psychology because it felt like the friend that everyone came to solve their problems. But I struggled with my own mental health. It wasn't until 2017 when my mother was diagnosed with cancer where I started going to therapy. I struggled with keeping it silent because there was a lot of negative um, connotations to going to therapy, and I just didn't want that reflection on my journey. So I started therapy, enjoyed it, and as I was continuing my journey in psychology, I felt like I wanted to find my own path into making therapy accessible to all, which is when we came up with hair therapy. Later on down the line, after going through a lot of trials and tribulations and overcoming it, and we said we need to get more therapy, but how can we get the people here? So this is where we start. The problem is, while therapy has become more widely accepted in recent years, lingering stigma continues discouraging many people from seeking mental health support. The negative perceptions remain significant and continues to be a barrier, leaving millions without the help that they can improve their mental wellness. Our solution: Hair Therapy Salon combines professional hair care with optional therapeutic conversations in a comfortable, non traditional setting. Clients can add guided emotional support to services like deep conditioning treatments, silk press, haircuts, and natural hairstyling, and create a space that cares for both hair and mental well being. Our target audience are women between the ages of 18 to 55, women seeking alternative therapy, and women who have never received therapy. According to the CDC, 2019 to 2021, the percentage of adults 18 to 44 who receive mental health within the last 12 months increased from 16.8% to 22.2% in large metropolitan areas. Our competitions is other hair salons and alternative therapy practices. Our solution is there really aren't any other hair salons that provide therapeutic practices as an option, as well as we will provide empathic listeners, life coaches, and we're hoping to um, also include licensed therapists. Our revenue really comes from the hair services and our add-on services, our therapy add-on services. The growth throughout the years come from a repetitiveness of clients, referrals, and brand awareness. Our expenses are rent, staff pay, marketing, production, and licenses. The hair care industry The hair care industry alone is a multi-million-dollar market, with salons generating significant annual revenue in beauty and personal care services. Industry reports from organizations such as IBIS World shows continued growth in beauty and wellness services as customers prioritize self-care. By combining hair services with accessible therapy support, the hair therapy salon expands to brand expands beyond traditional beauty services into growing mental health. This model is not only captures revenue from the hair industry, but increases access to therapy by offering emotional support in a familiar and comfortable setting. As a result, the business taps into two growing industries, beauty and mental health, increasing both client reach and revenue potential. Our marketing strategy will focus on social media promotions, target flyers, engaging video content, and a mix of paid and organic brand advertisements to increase awareness and attract new clients. We plan on leveraging influencer partnerships with women who actively advocate for mental health and self-care, such as Ceaira and Mama D and Shay, who can authentically share their experience and promote a brand that resonates with their audience and supports women's well-being. For funding, we're asking for a small loan in $150,000 to start up. Thank you.
Ceaira, thank you so much for the presentation. What I love about this is that you're sort of combining your degree in psychology with your skills in the beautification industry. What I would like for you is to paint a picture where I'm envisioning somebody coming to get their hair done. So can you walk us through the process of what would happen, what would take place during this session where the client is getting the hair done as well as getting some therapeutic activity? Thank you.
Okay, so our services for the therapeutic sessions will be limited, so it's not all services. Certain things like deep condition treatment. So let's say someone comes in to get a deep conditioning hair treatment. It starts at the shampoo bowl. It starts with a nice shampoo, really slow. We're really slowing things down, so it allows us to spend more time with our clients. And because, you know, we're very stressed and things might happen in a day, that shampoo really helps you to just relax automatically. And then when we bring our clients to our chair, it just allows them to open up to us naturally as we're going through our regular clientele and looking through to see what we need to do, how they like it. It's just a natural way to talk, because when I go to my hairstylist, I'm just like, beep, 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 beep. So it just kind of creates that already welcoming environment. And because we're so used to getting our hair done, I feel like it's kind of a natural place to just talk to your hairstylist. So I don't feel like it will create like a tense environment where they won't be able to relax and just have a good session and get their hair done and feel better when they walk out that door. Yes, no problem.
Okay, my question is, do you have male clients as well, and especially gay male clients? Because especially during around Pride Month, a lot of gay brothers definitely want to come out and get their hair done and need this therapy thing. So do you offer that as well?
I mean, I am targeting women seeking therapy, but it's a hair space, so we do offer women and men's styles, but it depends on the stylist. So for me, I don't really do too many men's styles unless like they're getting braids or they're getting certain styles done. If they want to get a haircut, it depends. I may not be the person for it, but if there's other stylists that are in the salon that offer their services, they can always help male as well. Thank you.
Okay, so we have the opportunity to do a People's Choice vote. This is a pretty common vote at pitching events and competitions, and an opportunity for you to choose yours. At many pitching competitions, it's juried, meaning there's a panel of judges who may come from community banks, may come from university, may come from industry, and they're typically given, no? Okay. Okay. Should have raised your hand, sorry. You know they're always attracted to the people who, maybe girl, you can hold her. Okay. It's okay, look at her, she's belly's up now. Okay, so pretty common that judges will have a metrics of things that correlate to what the pitchers have gone through as a course. So then there's a people's choice, which really is about what do people like, right? And not that it's a, what do you call this? Whatever. Anyway, so you have opportunity now to pitch for your favorite. You saw two different types, just as a FYI. You saw a little bit different in business pathway, let's call it. You saw one that is now positioning itself for more venture capital, meaning seed funding from venture capital sources, plus grants, right? Grant opportunities. And you saw one, Ceaira's, that is more positioned for a line of credit, bank loan, also grants, right? Things that are going to probably hit more of the small business development side of the house versus intentional sports that is going to go for those venture firms for some capital. So just want to nuance there. Slido.com. Is everybody getting in to vote? I got to pull it up on my... Okay, then we're going to bring the pictures back up for more abbreviated Q&A. I'm going to try and be try and keep you only here till the time that is allocated. But Sarah and Mac, could you join us? And we'll do the award at the end. Okay, we're going to switch over to a little bit of a talk back just so you can hear more about their journeys. Like I said, we're going to keep it a little bit more brief given the time, so thank you. So official, like I'm press conferencing. What's my contract? Which national team has purchased you? Oh, I think Philippines probably is high.
So I was recently working with some athletes on the Canadian national team.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Well,
First time in Canada.
For which kind of sport?
Water polo.
Okay.
This was in.
What's the team name?
This one team is the team I'm sending out to Manila in a few weeks is Phil Nation, so it's like Filipino heritage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Phil
so
Nation.
That's a little entrepreneurial thing going on.
Okay, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for pitching. I know it takes a lot of guts, like I said, and your nerves are probably running all day. So this is just a little bit more chill. So just talk briefly about your interest in business and when you thought about pursuing entrepreneurship. You guys a little touched on it a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
just to recap.
My interest started in high school when I was selling sneakers and chocolate bars.
Yeah.
To fundraise for
The world's
equipment.
best, the world's finest.
World's finest
Yes.
equipment. And then I learned there's a loophole. If you keep the box, like, and buy it in bulk at like Costco, or, you can sell it to your classmates. So definitely during high school, I always had money.
Nice, nice. Ceaira, how about you?
For me, I would say it's also high school because I had to.
Is your mic on? No.
Thank you. I would say it was around high school as well when my grandfather opened up the Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah.
I got to see him, the process of him opening it up and then like starting my first job as the cashier, which was like amazing because it was like technically my first job. So that was really nice.
Awesome. And I got to try, while her grandfather isn't the chef or working that anymore, I got to try the Jamaican food the other day. It was delicious. From the place that he opened. So what expectations did you have when you first started working with the Big Center, especially given your busy lives as students and employees, places, and doing all the things?
My expectations were I'm probably going to need to learn these foundational skills at some point. Might as well do it and fit it all in while I can on my time here at Northeastern. And yeah, just my expectation was let's get the best out of it, the most out of it, and gain a great experience with it, and then collaborate and network as much as possible with like-minded folks.
For me, I would. Oh, it is still messed up. Okay.
I guess it's not
I
working. I'm
would
sorry.
say, no, it's okay. For me, I would say that I felt like I was over flooded with a lot of information. After the pandemic, I was doing a lot of research, and the internet is just very broad. And so I needed more one on one, more mentoring, more advice, someone that I could talk to and ask questions. And that's my expectations coming into the big center. I think I got a little bit more than I was expected, which is I'm happy about that. So thank you, Jessica.
No, thank you to our amazing instructors. Hey, Rushi. So what did you learn along the way with the big center and from our instructors? And we have mentors and coaches too, and we do a lot of referrals out, just as a FYI, to other business service organizations or entrepreneurial service organizations as well. But what did you learn while you were in the class?
I learned how to write a business plan, market segmentation, all the different kinds of analysis. SWOT analysis is one that I use on a daily basis, both in my line of work and even with my athletes. We use SWOT analysis. And then just how can you, like the question I have a lot of times is, how can you package this? How can you package this to da-da-da-da? So that was really helpful.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Yeah, what did you learn? What did you learn while you were in the Become Your Own Boss class?
I think the biggest part for me was the financial side of how to come up with the strategy, since I wasn't a salon yet. And so that part was really big in creating that and what it looks like, what the cost and the profits and the loss. It was really interesting and also very hard, very hard, but I'm glad I learned that because it helped me to continue to adjust. As I first came in, my business was it was focused on kids, I could say, but I have changed my business model. So I think with the class, it helped me to be able to come up with a better revenue model.
So talk about pitching. Like, what is it like? Or any advice you'd give to anybody who's done it or wants to do it? What is it like for people?
At first it gets nerve-wracking, but just like anything, once you get reps and reps and reps, you refine it. And then as you get those reps in, you have your own self-feedback along with your peers as well. And it's one of those things is like, you just gotta keep shooting, and you gotta just keep practicing, and the more you do it, it's gonna come a lot more natural. And I think that's the next step in my career is like the presentation, the pitching, putting it all together. So it's like it's never done. You always can work. There's always room to grow in communicating.
Oh yeah. What is it like to pitch?
Okay. As Max said, it is very nerve-wracking at first. But I think when you go through the class, you kind of have an idea of how it's supposed to go. So it kind of gives me a comfort knowing I know how to do this already. But it is still nerve-wracking. The class really did help me with a pitch. I never really thought I'd be doing a pitch before. You hear about businesses, but you don't really hear about like the behind the scenes and pitching and stuff. So I think it gave me that and a little bit of confidence in being better at public speaking, because I get a little nervous. But the more I do it, I feel like the better that I become, the more confident I become, and the more I want to continue to do things like this because it makes me feel really good.
Yeah. We say in class often, right? Like entrepreneurship is a muscle that a lot of people haven't worked on, right? Meaning, right, like you have to continue working it so that you get like that muscle memory. And I've told all the entrepreneurs too, right? Like I pitch all the time. Like I pitch the center, I pitch my work. I'm a fundraiser too, so I'm out there pitching for all things that are CBT. And some days you hit it. You hit all the points and you feel so good about what you just said. Some days I'm like, that was a disaster. I need to follow up with an email because I don't even know what I said. So you got to keep doing it, and it's an iteration, right? And like I said with the ad libs analogy, it's like your business is evolving, it's iterating, you're responding to changes in the market, changes in your services, products, etc. And so the pitch evolves with it. So it's always good to bring it back up, which is exciting for this, right? Because like, I don't know how much you've been pitching since we've been in class, but like, it's good to bring it back up and say, okay, now I'm here. And both of them have shared that what they pitched in BYOB is a little bit different from what they pitched tonight. So that's a good note. What does the future hold for you and your business?
Yeah, go for it.
I would say the future is kind of far. I think I started my salon at my home. I started at home as my startup, but the goal, of course, is to venture off and to get a salon location. I think big a lot of the time. So, of course, I want to have multiple salons and, crazy enough to maybe be international one day. But we're not there yet. So, we're going to take it slowly and start at home and continue to market ourselves, continue to grow, continue to learn, because I really just want to be the best version of myself. I still have to go back to school so I can also be a hair therapist officially. So there's a lot of things that I think personally I want to do in order to get to that part where I can talk about the future. But right now I think we're staying in the present and just working on ourselves every day. Sorry, I didn't include any pictures. We're not done yet.
For intentional sports, what the future holds, the goal is to be self-sustaining, to self-perpetuating. Our president likes to kind of put it to the scale of like in between a YMCA and a Division II facility, and there's just such a need. So like working there for a year now, there's such a need. There's such a demand for spaces like this, in not just in Chicago, but like we've had folks reach out on the South Side. There's a need for this in the South Side. So I think the future is multi-site, multi-state, nationally, and globally. I think there's need maybe not just intentional sports, but models and frameworks where there's both like sports, civic, leadership, all in one hub where people can grow, they can go to a sense of community and belonging and wellness.
Okay, last question. Any advice you have for others who are considering building a business? Is anybody in the room considering building a business? Okay. Yeah, great. So any advice?
My advice is do it, go for it, learn through iteration. Just going for things and making mistakes is the best teacher you can have. If you look up all these famous entrepreneurs and business people, they started off really small, they were bold, they took the risk. Many have failed, but that's okay. Taking the risk, going for it, you'll learn a lot through that whole process.
My advice would be to not give up. Although you might have a dream or an idea of what you want to do, keep going, keep doing what you need to do, and focus only on yourself and what path you have, and continue to find, people that are in aligned with what your goals are to help you to get to where you're planning on going. Things can get hard, especially if you're following a dream. It's kind of hard to follow dreams, but I say plan it out and be strategic and use programs and the Big Center is offering to help you, because I feel like once I joined the Big Center, it really opened my eyes of how much more I could do. I don't know if I should say this, but while we were going through with the cohort in fall 24, everything started off great, but things started to turn for the worse in my personal life. While we were still in school, I struggled with losing my job and losing my home, but I continued to persevere. I continued to go to school. I finished the cohort. I also continued through being homeless and going through beauty school, and I finished there too. So my advice to you is to never give up, keep going, and don't let anyone distract you from your path that you're gonna take.
All right, we'll take one question from audience, and then we got to wrap. Any follow-up questions? And then we'll give actually, let me just do awards, and then you guys will have a few minutes for networking. Okay. All right, thank you so much to the both of you. Honestly, it's so good to have you back, for one, and two, in following your journey, and being able to plug you in right to the entrepreneurial ecosystem, whether it be a networking event or celebrating who you are, or having you back here, having you come out, meet students, etc. It's just been really good, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for both of you. Okay, so what are we doing now? Okay, shameless plug. Shameless plug, because we're pitching. Join the next cohort of BYOB. It'll start, we run 2 a year. I am sort of hoping that we can start running this next cohort at both Bronzeville and here. But you can do our screening form, and the next cohort will start around in the first few weeks of September. That's usually what we're doing for that. I'm hoping I'll send this deck out to all the participants later, but I have a table out here in the networking room if you need to grab my card. Okay, so awards. Thank you both, and if you weren't here earlier, but both Mac and Ceaira will receive an honorarium for their time tonight, but you all had the opportunity to do a People's Choice. So let me just confirm. So we will do, all right, so for the People's Choice awardee, the person selected was Ceaira. Woo-hoo! So here's your mega check. We always do mega checks. You can't cash them in, but it's just very fun.
You gotta get the dog in there.
Oh, yeah, we'll get one later with Charming.
She doesn't like to go down.
Yeah. Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
And thank you for your feedback tonight. Okay, very good. And of note, it was by one vote, the difference. So congratulations, Mac, as well. So I just want to say thank you for having us tonight. Take a moment to introduce yourselves, follow their businesses on Instagram. I think they're both on Instagram. And catch up with what they're doing. Follow the Big Center too. We're on Facebook. We use the college's Facebook. You'll see us there. We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So do that. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you so much. Wait, before you